Why did the president say what he did last night in the way that he said it?
The president was stating the facts.
What makes me more sick than the smell of a rotting animal on the side of a blistering roadway in August is watching a mainstream media talking head try to wax virtuous about being sensitive to people who possibly have undergone tremendous personal anguish at the forceful hands of a violent aggressor. Here's CNN's Brooke Baldwin to give you an example of what I'm talking about.
It can be challenging, even exhausting, covering the Trump presidency.
Tell me about it, Brooke. It is challenging and exhausting, documenting and cataloging your many lies that you tell daily to the American people and to the world.
Every time we think we've seen a new low, there's lower. One surreal day after another, there is a tendency for things to be normalized, elicit a shrug.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. You guys are always attempting to normalize your corporate media master's agenda every single day as you champion the cause of crooked politicians, beat the war drums, promote your race-baiting contributors, and play party politics. Remember, Brooke Baldwin and Chris Cuomo are the two that let everybody know that CNN was the biggest supporter of the Hillary Clinton campaign during the 2016 election.
Doing what they call in politics freezing pockets, because the donors are giving her money thinking she's going to run. That means they're not going to have available money for other candidates if she doesn't, and I don't think she's going to give it to them.
She's on her way to deciding.
We'll see.
About deciding.
We couldn't help her any more than we have.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's got just a free ride so far from the media. We're the biggest ones promoting her campaign. We couldn't help her any more than we have.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's got just a free ride so far from the media. We're the biggest ones promoting her campaign. We couldn't help her any more than we have.
I know.
You know what I mean?
That's the same Brooke Baldwin you see today. So tell us, Brooke, why the heck should we trust you when you get on your high horse and act like now you're the gatekeepers of all that is just and right?
Well, today is not one of those days. You can question the claims by Christine Blasey Ford. You can question whether Brett Kavanaugh is guilty of those claims.
Oh, we can? Oh, thanks for your permission.
You can be torn on who to believe. But instead, the President of the United States mocked Blasey Ford, a woman who was terrified to speak her truth, but pushed through her tears to do what she said was her civic duty for all the world to see.
Okay, now let's pay attention here, because Brooke made the claim that Trump mocked Blasey Ford and then covertly implied that he's mocking her for bringing her truth of an alleged assault that happened more than 3 decades ago.
How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. But I had 1 beer. That's the only thing I remember.
I'll let his words speak for themselves. But here's the thing. We already know who President Trump is, how he feels about these things, that he can lack civility and decency on the most sensitive of issues. Then anything is consistent fashion. The president is using Professor Ford's experience as a punching bag to gin up a base, to play to their worst fears. We know all of this.
You do know all of this? You know all this as you partake in the Kool-Aid drinking at CNN and rush headlong to slam the president incessantly because you're butthurt that your counsel on foreign relations sock puppet gal Hillary Clinton lost in spite of you being the biggest promoters of her campaign. I'm definitely not a Trump fan and think partisan politics plays into the hands of the Zionist moneymakers, but here's the thing, Brooke. Take a look at this article from your slightly left of center buddies at USA Today. Let's just read some of what they say about Blasey Ford. Title: Christine Blasey Ford's changing Kavanaugh assault story leaves her short on credibility. And isn't this what Trump is saying? She's bringing a serious sexual assault charge on a guy, dragging his name and his family's reputation through the mud for one big fat I don't know. It is mockable. To have someone accuse another person of something so heinous, be willing to destroy a person's life and his family's life when you have no facts to substantiate your wild claim is utter nonsense. And if people want to mock it, they can. Leave them alone. As you say that you know the president is using Ford's experience as a punching bag, Look what USA Today says. Quote, put aside Christine Blasey Ford's emotional performance. Her testimony revealed her as a witness whose memories change at her convenience. After meticulously listing Ford's changing stories, USA Today concluded these contradictions mean Ford's not credible. They end the story with these words. Again, this is USA Today, not the National Review. Open-minded Americans of all stripes should see that, emotions aside, Ford's testimony is completely devoid of credibility. So much so that Mitchell told the Senate this week that Ford's allegations do not even meet the preponderance of evidence standard. That standard, which governs in civil litigation, asks whether it's more likely than not that an event occurred. Yes, victims must be believed, but Ford is not a victim, at least not of Kavanaugh, end quote.
So what strikes me even more today is the crowd. These faces behind him as the president spoke last night. Look at them. Men elbowing each other in laughter like you'd nudge your buddy at a comedy club at a joke.
Yeah, Brooke, because many believe that Blasey Ford is being used as a patsy by the left to delay and derail the nomination of a guy they think should be a Supreme Court justice. They don't believe her. And the way she's given her testimony, nobody should believe her.
And women standing behind them, doing the same. An entire crowd cheering as if someone's life, her haunting, personal, painful experience is all a show.
What about the haunting, personal, painful experience of the guy who looks like he's getting falsely accused? What about his family, Brooke? Why aren't you waxing virtuous about them? Because you can't. It's not in your corporate playbook. They put your pretty little face in front of the camera and then get you to act like you care about virtue when we've seen you personally, time after time, trying to exploit your audience as your corporate masters embroiled us in wars that have cost trillions and killed tens of thousands of people.
All a political game, a punchline. And what startles me perhaps the most among all of these faces, look to the president's left or right. There's this little head sticking up. It's a little boy in the background, expressionless, taking it all in. On the same day, the president says young men should be scared in America. A little boy, listening to a crowd of adults, cheering on this president who is attacking the credibility, the alleged experience of a woman who before a national audience described the worst day of her life.
Did you catch that? Attacking her credibility and alleged experience. Alleged experience. Well, Brooke, which is it? An experience or an alleged experience? If it's only an alleged experience, why are you giving Trump a hard time? See, you don't believe her either, because if you did, you wouldn't call it an alleged experience, you'd call it an actual experience. And you hypocritically sit there and come after a guy who's not even saying what you said. He was just saying what Blasey Ford said, time and time again. I don't remember. I don't remember all this other stuff, but I do remember Brett Kavanaugh raped me. Brooke, I got a question for you. What if some woman came forward and accused your father, or your son, or your husband of participating in a gang rape of her? And what if this woman said the uncertain and contradictory things that Blasey Ford is saying? Don't you think you'd be singing a different tune before your viewing audience?
A day she says she was held down, sexually assaulted with a hand over her mouth. A day she feared she would be raped, perhaps killed. Again, this laughter comes just 6 days after Ford said this.
What is the strongest memory you have? Strongest memory of the incident, something that you cannot forget. Take whatever time you need.
Indelible in the hippocampus.
What the hell did you just say?
Indelible in the hippocampus
is the laughter, the uproarious laughter between the two, and they're having fun at my expense.
Indelible in the hippocampus, huh? Who says that when recounting a painful memory?
No matter where you fall on this issue. The scene was absent of soul, absent of compassion, absent of decency and respect that we should all share, left, right, center, as Americans.
I'm sorry, but CNN is lecturing us on the absence of soul, compassion, decency, and respect? As they attempt to don the mantle of virtue, let us not forget that these people are the ones who lack the soul, compassion, decency, and respect when they reported on the non-existent WMDs, who cover for the heinous crimes of the international bankers, who hail monsters like the Clintons, and continually lie to our faces about things like sarin gas attacks in Syria, and propagate vile drug wars, which further deepens the pockets of the prison industrial complex.
Between this and the crowd last night, a little boy continues to watch. A little boy who represents a generation we're trying to teach to grow up to be respectful men, not to mention also a generation of young girls who want to be strong enough to come forward and speak their truth. And I just have to ask, where are we? Where is the respect?
Where are we? Where's the respect? Where's your respect for truth, Brooke? Where were you guys when Obama was signing the National Defense Authorization Act, which gave the government the legal authority to imprison any American without charge, trial, or due process of law? Where was your respect for Americans when they passed the National Defense Resources and Preparedness Act, which gave the federal government the legal right to commandeer all the nation's resources with a quick little executive order? Don't give me this poor little impressionable boy business. So what's more disgusting than the rotting corpse of a dead animal along the highway on a sizzling summer day? Well-dressed, good-looking news actors trying to feed you another spoonful of propagandized poison. Keep your heads up, your minds sharp, and your eyes open. The circus doesn't stop. It just moves to another town. I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, I don't know how much longer my channel will be around here on YouTube. Please take a minute and sign up to my email list. It's free, painless, and you'll get some cool stuff. Also, take another minute to subscribe to my decentralized, censorship-free BitChute and Steemit channels. All these links are in the description. I want you to know this. If my channel goes down, I'll still produce content for you guys through my website and through BitChute and Steemit. So make sure you stay connected through the email subscription link in the description below. Just watch the 45-second video on my website and you'll be all set. If you want to support my work on this channel, grab a shirt, snag a flashlight, or hit me up on Patreon and PayPal. I'll see you guys in the next video. Before you go, check out one of the most in-your-face, hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirt stores on the planet. Just by wearing one of these t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, or cutoffs, and without saying a word, you can let people know that black rifles matter. You can inform the sleeping masses that fluoride is dumbing them down, that Google is a gulag-style censorship machine, that the Department of Homeland Security is merely security theater, that the NSA makes your private life their business, that the Grim Reaper supports everyone's troops, that we need to legalize freedom, that in life there are no excuses, that CNN is a communist news network, voting is the suggestion box of slaves, that 9/11 was a lie, and that all official stories should be questioned. Also, let people know we're in the middle of a full-blown sheepvolution, taxation is theft, the IRS is an immoral robbery service, cops enjoy protecting and serving the crap out of you, that the space you occupy is not a gun-free zone, and that gun-free zones are the most dangerous places on earth. Your purchase helps support more hard-hitting content on my censored channel. As of the recording of this video, I have over 90 designs. I take your requests for new designs, and I'm adding new ones every week, so check back often. The link to the store is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.